We gotta start rocking. Old school BC amplified rant from my old school subscribers, man. You guys remember old school BC, man. Basically 2.0 status. Can't waste any time here. Unit. Unit. If you got me good, loud and clear. Thumbs up, please. You guys good? I gotta make sure playback is good. It's good on my end. Check, BC, about to wreck the community live. The hypocrites out there that just want to blame one entity because they have their flag firmly stuck into the ground or up the owner of the company of their choice's ass. Who knows, but the tribalism is real, man. And nobody wants to call it down the middle, so then BC's got to do it right after a New York Yankee W. Anyway, that was all on my original playback. I'm good. Let me go into the earbuds if you don't mind. What's up, everybody? I'm already rocking, bro. Just got back. The Yankees, man, in the Bronx. We just beat the San Francisco Giants 5-0. Actually left middle of the 8th inning, but we were already whooping their ass 5-0. I had totally forgotten that I have big dinner plans with a lot of good friends tonight. I had got the day mixed up, thought it was tomorrow, and here we are. So I had to leave in the 8th because I promised you guys a live stream. I just had to push it up about 3 hours. So most of you guys are going to catch this afterwards, guys. So just make sure that my after crowd, make sure that you guys smash that up still. If you guys are wondering, before I start this stream off, and I have, it's going to be one of those rants. I have the AEW Dynamite rating for you guys. Just came out within the last 90 seconds. AEW pulled 833,000 viewers, guys. BC is breaking that right now, thanks to the fine folks at WrestleNomics. I've been on top of this for you guys. I feel good about this number. I don't think there's going to be a big adjustment. I will go ahead and confirm this number. 833,000 viewers. They have lost 120,000 viewers from last week. But the drama's not affecting them. It's fine. Everything is good. Turn a blind eye. Look, everybody, it's Vince. He's destroying the world. Yeah, all right. 833,000 viewers. What do you mean Jeff Cobb versus Omega doesn't fucking sell? What do you mean people don't want to see Jeffrey Cobb and Kenny Omega? Basically, Jeff Cobb is amazing. That's fine. There's a million amazing wrestlers in the world. You are a fucking primetime television show for pro wrestling on a Wednesday night. Act like it. Show the rest of the people why they should give a fuck about Jeff Cobb. Just like Vikingo. But when you start with Vikingo, where the fuck do you go after that? You started with the fucking Daytona 500, and now you have a whole season to play. To ride through. Now you start with the Super Bowl, now you have the rest of the season you have to get through. You can't start with Vikingo and then go to a Jeffrey Cobb. Basically, everyone's got to Google them. Everyone's asking, who are they? Why don't you Google them? And then they get on their high horse because they know who these people are. Good for you. You just want AEW to stay niche. That's exactly why you love the fucking drama and all that, because they can stay around 800,000 to 1 million and they'll never fucking grow and you'll be happy with it because you get your little niche AEW and you get to feel like you're a part of something special, right? And you get to be the anti-WWE or the alternative, even though Tony Khan says you're competition. WWE is always in his mouth and in his dome piece. 833,000 when you just scored 957, and there's no reason to lose 120,000 viewers. There's none. There's no fucking reason. You didn't put on a good enough show. The biggest headline from last night is what? Brian Danielson turns heel. Wow. We already knew the Blackpool fucking Combat Club turned heel. Of course he was gonna. He's not gonna side with Omega. That's pretty fucking stupid. No, I'm already on a roll, man. My Yankees won. Perhaps you never would have known that, but my Yankees did win. We kicked some ass. BC's got to go live with this stream a few hours early because I do have dinner plans later. But I promise you guys a live stream, and damn it, you're going to get it because there's things I want to talk about, and we're going to call out the hypocrisy, and we need people to be on the same level playing field. Smash that up on your way in, and that means all of the post-amp unit. Because I know I came live with 21 minutes of notice at 4 p.m. Eastern time. People are at work, at school. I get it. But that's just how it is. This is the only time that I have to cut this live stream. So a lot of you guys, most are going to catch this after. You're still going to have to do your due diligence. When you're an amplified unit member, you still have to smash that up. Give it a Batista bomb, if you will. Or you know what? Give it a fucking Roman Reigns fucking punch. Oh! Give it a Crossroads. But whatever the fuck your move of choice is, smash that son of a bitch. That's the rating for AEW Dynamite. No, that is not good. And if you think I'm being too harsh, you didn't hear I just put up a video earlier. We went over the WrestleMania card. Both nights, we have the lineups. BC was one of the first ones to break that via vid to you guys, via podcast. Of course, it was broke on First Take. Nick Khan broke the news. And we talked about it. And in that same podcast a few hours ago, I went over the Raw rating. And I said that even though they went up 75,000 viewers, it's still not good. I'm fair. See, you come across somebody like BC and you think I'm just harsh on one company. No, you better realize the reason that a lot of WWE fans think I'm too negative and a lot of AEW fans think I'm too harsh is because I call it down the middle. And there's a lot of bullshit in the wrestling community right now. So somebody comes across me and I'm a lunatic. He's wacky. No, I'm just honest. He's an asshole. Yeah, but I'm a truthful asshole. I'm an honest asshole. Thank you, James Shrimp Fajitas. I appreciate that. You're always going to get truth bombs from BC. JR9, I appreciate that. You're always going to get those truth bombs because all I speak is facts because I've loved pro wrestling from day one and I want to see it succeed to new fucking paramounts. And it can't do that if we're always fucking constantly lying or stroking the fucking ego and cock of another company and trying to bash another. You bash WWE, which we have done since the 6 years I've had this channel, basically, because WWE's product has gotten consistently worse and worse. And this year, it finally has a lifeline, thankfully. WrestleMania, there is some excitement, thankfully. Some good matches we're looking forward to, thankfully. But for the 6 years, we bashed it, right? For justified reasons. And now when AEW is fucking up left and right, everybody wants to turn a blind eye. Nobody wants to fucking talk about it. Everybody is throwing it under the rug. Everybody is acting like everything is fine and there is no drama. And they deflect right back to Vincent Kennedy McMahon. They deflect right back to Vince. Do you guys realize what happened this week in AEW? A backstage implosion. From last Thursday to this Thursday right now, that full 1 week, CM Punk left an Insta post saying that Mox refused to go over or didn't want to do the job for him, called him basically unprofessional, called him, said he had stupid ideas, said the other locker room leader, Chris Jericho, is an idiot and a stooge, said that Tony Khan wanted him to wrestle while he was not even cleared, which we call that in the business a sloppy shop. But nobody wanted to talk about it, unit. Nobody wanted to talk about the sloppy fucking shop. Christopher Blackshear with that 3-month membership. I appreciate that, man. I love seeing that. These fans need some Batista bombs. VKM is back, but right now TK and company is in worse. Oh, VKM is bad, but right now TK and company is in worse shape. It's horrible right now what's happening in AEW. Christopher Blackshear. Appreciate the membership for 3 months, man. Big time. Salute. But what's happening, Christopher, is that nobody wants to fucking talk about it because they're afraid to fucking call it down the middle and piss off a whole nother organization. They're afraid it's going to cost them views or maybe subs or maybe a chance for employment. I don't know what these journalists, these reporters, these podcasters, I don't know what is blocking them from telling the truth. But the truth is, this has been a miserable week for AEW. CM Punk calling them a sloppy shop without actually calling them a sloppy shop. And then And then, you know what everybody did? They regurgitated a Vince McMahon story from weeks ago. Vince is backstage again. Well, BC broke that news. That was in Boston a while back, many weeks ago. So why the fuck did we bring that up after the CM Punk Insta post? Just to deflect to Vince McMahon? Because that's an easy way out? Especially for AEW fans, right? It's easy. Turn a blind eye. Don't worry about AEW's drama. Hey, look, Vince, I'm hearing he's backstage again. Well, he owns the fucking company. That's not fucking news right now. The news of what the fuck this guy who is still under contract with AEW, he's causing more of a fucking problem, and he's making talent that's in that locker room, like Mox, he's getting them pissed off. Mox used the word annoyed. It's annoyed that he's got to put up with this bullshit. CM Punk, even though he's not in the locker room anymore, he is still causing problems. And everybody wants to talk about Vince is backstage from Boston many weeks ago. I think he's still backstage. What do you think, he fucking camps out there? Is that really the fucking biggest story right now? I don't think so. So then what happened? Mox does this interview, right? And what does everybody say? And he says a lot. He said a lot in that first 10 minutes. You know what everybody fucking said who wants to fucking protect AEW? He didn't say anything. He said nothing. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing to hear. There's nothing here, guys. Please. Look, hey, Vince is going to be at WrestleMania. How fast did we deflect back to Vince McMahon? And he's going to be at WrestleMania. That's the big news. We're already trying to forget about what happened with Mox and the sloppy shop with Tony Khan and CM Punk. Now we're talking about Vince McMahon being at WrestleMania, and it's a shock story. The wrestling world is shocked. We're hearing that Vince could be at WrestleMania. WrestleMania. Are you kidding me? The owner of WWE, the main fucking shareholder, the one with the most shares, the guy who literally not just owns WWE, but by a landslide, whether he was in there or not, he's showing up to his own company? Well, fuck. This is massive news. The owner of the company is showing up to his biggest show. Even if he never came back, of course he's gonna fucking be there. Doesn't matter if he's backstage with a headset or if he's in fucking front row with fucking hand signals like a baseball coach, giving hand signals to Triple H for the camera to pick up, cheating like the Houston Astros. Of course he's gonna be calling some shit. I said that from day one that he never truly even left. But if you thought he wasn't gonna be at WrestleMania, that's like saying Ronald McDonald will never step foot in a McDonald's. A manager at a fucking Costco, or an owner especially, can never step foot in his own Costco. Well, BC, not if the manager had sexual relations and was under an investigation. Well, first of all, there is no more investigation with Vince McMahon. And even if he fucked 1,000 people in the fucking township of that Costco, he can still walk into his Costco. Nothing would stop Vince from going to WrestleMania in some capacity and being backstage. I don't fucking understand that shit. Honestly, Carlos Ray, 3 months, man. Can't believe I'm banned from WrestleMania week. I object. Oh, no. WWE has banned you? Carlos, fight that, man. Hopefully WWE lets you back in, man. I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest, but if WWE banned you, unban them. The AEW won't ban you as long as you fucking just stroke their fucking ego. AEW will not ban you. Spicy Mama, welcome to the unit. Gold status. Spicy Mama McCallum. Spicy Mama. Spicy Mama. Spicy Mama, how you doing? Welcome to the unit. Gold status. Salute. So now we're talking about Vince McMahon already. And you know what everybody's saying about Mox? He didn't say anything. Why is everybody stirring up shit that's not there? Why are people making something out of nothing is what we are being told. We're making something out of nothing. Mox said nothing. They said the most interesting part of Mox's interview with Renee Paquette. You know what they said? It was saying that Marina Shafir is one of the top females right now, or has the most potential. It was talking about his death match. It was talking about how him and Renee got a cat, and at first he didn't like the cat, but now he likes the cat because he didn't say anything of relevance about the AEW drama situation. Are you fucking out of your dome piece? Or are you just completely full of that much jack bullshit? I can't comprehend the level of stupidity in this fucking community at times. He said nothing about the Punk sitch. Let's go over it, numbnuts. Number one, he literally said he was wrestling without a contract at that time. He was okay, so right there is massive. We should be talking about that for the next month. If this was WWE, we'd be talking about it the rest of the fucking year. But because it's AEW, we turn a blind eye. So at the same time that Tony Khan wanted a wrestler, CM Punk, to wrestle not cleared, uncleared, injured, it'll be a quick squash match, don't worry. At the same time that Tony Khan wanted CM Punk to wrestle uncleared, the guy he was wrestling isn't even under contract, and he's wrestling around the world. Mox said he had a match that day around SummerSlam. He could have walked into SummerSlam that night. That is the sloppiest shop you could ever run in pro wrestling. Your fucking main event is a guy who's not even cleared taking on a guy who's not even under contract. Not even under contract. And not just that, it's not like it's a handshake deal and you just work for me and hopefully you won't get injured and we'll come up with some. No, he's got him wrestling elsewhere with his fucking title. With his fucking title. Right from the jump, Mox delivers a bombshell. In this community, you can tell. If you ever wonder who is trying to stroke the fucking ego and cock of a certain company, AEW, there you go. Who was covering this realistically, believably, factually? Who was covering this straight down the middle, as fair as possible? And if they weren't, if they deflected back to Vince McMahon, that is a bullshitter in this community. You have just found out how hypocritical this community can fucking be. Because I was the only fucking one, most likely, of any fucking relevance. Thank you, James. Everybody else was probably deflecting back to Vinnie Mac. When this guy told you he was wrestling without a contract and about to take on a guy who's not even cleared, that's a sloppy shop. We would be dissecting that if this was WWE. And then he goes and he says, he calls CM Punk whatever, what's he call him? What's his dick? He refuses to say the name CM Punk. He says, what's his dick? Showing you the real fucking tension and beef. Renee looks at the camera like, fuck. Because Renee and CM Punk has always tried to fucking be all Rico Suave around Renee. I always thought if I was Mox, I would never trust that dude around Renee. He was always all weird around Renee, trying to do his whole little fucking CM Punk, like, I'm so cool act. I don't think Mox ever cared for him from that time period. And the whole Fox show that they had. Weird shit, man. I don't know. I got weird vibes from CM Punk when he was around Renee. And then Renee looks at the camera when Mox says, what's his dick? Nobody's even talking about Mox calling him that. And then Mox says, I'm not even done, guys, but I thought nothing was said. He brought up lawyers. The lawyers talked to Mox before the interview and said, are you going to bring up CM Punk? Are you going to talk about this? We need to know what it is. And Mox was a little pissed. He was like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. We were supposed to do this a week ago without any drama. Now there's all this fucking drama because of this dude. And he literally said that. He said we should be talking about all the good things in AEW right now. But instead, I'm annoyed of all the drama bullshit that we have to talk about this because one stupid person, this is a quote from Mox. One stupid person has to create all this drama and now we have to talk about this instead of talking about what a great week we just had in AEW and talking about Vikingo versus Omega. And then he says, whatever, the night in question that what's his dick is talking about, meaning Punk, I wasn't even under contract. And the lawyers wanted to know if I was going to talk about this. I told them I don't know. Mox is talking about lawyers. The only reason lawyers want to know what you're going to say about Punk is if this divorce has gotten ugly. AEW and CM Punk's, Tony Khan, CM Punk, they have to get an immediate divorce. It's over. It's fucking done. When your own talent needs to talk to lawyers before they do an interview. And you have people in this community, and some call themselves reputable, and they don't even cover this properly. You know what they say instead, I bet? Nothing was said. Nothing. I didn't see anything said. They talked about Marina Shafir, a death match, and a cat. Vince is going to be at WrestleMania. Oh my God, the world is ruined. Frickin' WWE. Fucking sloppy shot WWE. Fucking Vince is back. Yeah, but the drama back here is imploding right now. Why are we not talking about this? Well, because Vince is going to be at his show. He owns WWE, though. He owns WWE. Of course he's going to be at WrestleMania. Yeah, but I'm trying to deflect attention away from AEW's drama, and I'm trying to create WWE drama and to show everybody that they're the sloppy shop. Mox unloaded, and there's another one. Mox actually said, I could unload right now, and he gripped his teeth when he said it. I could unload right now on so many people, but I'm going to take the high road. And when he said I could unload on so many people, Renee looked right at him like, no, you know what I mean? Not now. And Mox is like, but I'm going to take the high road. And that wasn't even it. Mox then went on to say he has worked everywhere. 8 years on the independent, 2 years developmental, 8 years in WWE, and he said, I never say a bad thing about AEW. I'm so proud of Mox for just telling the truth, by the way. That's what I love about Mox. Not only did he did justice by AEW, while CM Punk was over there injuring his foot, his arm, his fucking pinky toe, whatever the fuck, because he's broken down. He's brittle like an 85-year-old man. And while CM Punk was over there getting injured, trying to jump in front of crowds and shit, Mox had to stop his vacation, cancel his vacation, so he could go to work for AEW and put the company on his back. I'm so proud of this dude. He always speaks from the heart. And he said, I never say a bad thing about AEW, but I've been everywhere. 8 years on the independent, 2 years developmental, 8 years WWE. I have never seen I've never seen as much drama, so much bullshit drama was his exact quote, than I have seen here in AEW. Yeah, that's an actual quote. So he had to talk to lawyers before he even spoke in the interview, because he could bring up CM Punk, and lawyers needed to know about it. He wrestled without a contract, about to take on a guy who was not even cleared. He calls AEW the most bullshit dramatic place he's ever been in life. He used the word in life, not just company. He calls CM Punk what's his dick, and then he disputes Punk. Then I see people that actually said he never even said Punk was wrong, so he basically just confirmed what Punk said. He literally disputed it. I quote, I wasn't under contract, and here I was still there when I didn't have to contribute anything. So he's calling my ideas shitty. I didn't have to do anything. And I bent over backwards to put him over at a pay-per-view. That was a quote. He literally disputed it. Ampunit, is this all factual information or not? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I believe that's a quote. He literally disputed Phillip Brooks, CM Punk. Punk said he didn't want to put him over, and he's never seen anything that unprofessional. Nobody has ever not wanted to put him over, is what Punk said. Mox said, bullshit. I didn't even have to be there because I wasn't under contract. I showed up and bent over backwards to put you over at a pay-per-view. Okay, so that was a statement, right? Okay. Thank you, unit. Thank you. So what the fuck are these numbnuts in this community How they have audiences, I don't have a fucking clue. I hope it's just because they're entertaining and people are not listening to these numbnuts for their actual brain on pro wrestling. I hope these people have an audience because they're entertaining. I seriously hope nobody's listening to these people for actual wrestling knowledge to get smarter when it comes around. I hope not. Because then people like BC have their work cut out even harder at that point. Because then I have to correct the wrongs of the dummies, the numbnuts in this community that literally would listen to what Mox said in 10 minutes, dropping all of these bombs, and turn around and go, I didn't hear anything of relevance. Nothing about Punk. The whole first 10 minutes was earth-rattling. It told you so much about what happened. It told you about AEW. Tony Khan was going to have a guy who didn't have a contract, who's wrestling around the world with his title without a contract. He was right next to SummerSlam wrestling, not even AEW. And he was about to wrestle a guy who's not cleared. I'm getting an insta headache. That's what you call a sloppy shop. That's the sloppiest shop I've ever fucking come across. And this wrestling community totally just put it to the back burner. They swept it underneath the rug. And immediately you started to see Vince McMahon stories. Vince McMahon might be at WrestleMania. He owns the company. He literally owns it like the most shares imaginable. It's not even close. There's no investigation. He was going to be backstage no matter what. He owns it. He created WrestleMania. Even if there was still an investigation, that dude was going to be there. And that is what the big news is? Vince is going to be at his fucking show? And how fast we have already tried to forget about Mox, Punk, right? In fact, we're just creating new narratives. It's a work. This is all a work, I think. See, Punk's going to come back. I think Punk, see the way Mox didn't address it, see what I mean? This is huge. This is going to be the biggest return of all time. Jim Ross said AEW can't succeed without Phillip Brooks. See, Jim Ross is in on it. Dax Harwood is talking about how there's a road for CM Punk to come back. What would be the work, numbnuts? What would be the fucking work here? I've said this 1,000 times on this fucking channel. What would be the work? He fucking annihilated verbally Hangman Page. If it was a work, Hangman would have said something, right? And not look like an absolute twerp backstage eating cheesecake. Instead, poor Hangman, who didn't want any of this drama, poor Hangman Page is backstage eating fucking cheesecake, being kept off the show because Tony Khan thought it would be best not to have to fucking go out there while all this CM Punk drama was about. That proves right from the jump this had nothing to do with the work. Hangman wanted nothing to do with it. Till this very day, Hangman has not said a damn word. He wants nothing to do with it. The fucking EVPs were brought into this shit to the point where they were suspended for 2 full fucking months. You would want your executive vice presidents there for a fucking minute. 2 months without your EVPs for what story? There's no story with Punk and the fucking Bucks, Omega, and Hangman. And then recently, he doesn't even go after them. He goes after fucking the locker room leaders. Mox, Jericho. He goes after Tony Khan, calls the company a sloppy shop. Says they wanted him to wrestle not even cleared. And he was like, I'm never putting a company in front of my health. So right now you have a whole locker room that he's attacking verbally. What's the storyline? Somebody give me the storyline. What's the story? He's going to come back as a heel, basically. And the reason he's attacking everybody verbally is because he's going to try to take down AEW. It's going to be like an NWO. What the fuck are you saying? You put the company in that horrible spotlight where advertisers and network partners are hearing about you wanting an uncleared wrestler to wrestle. Another wrestler saying he's not even under contract. All of this drama backstage. you're willing to expose your company for this supposed feud when Punk comes back as a heel. What the fuck are we talking about? If you went through this amount of lengths for a CM Punk heel storyline, long-term storytelling, basically. Basically, it's long-term storytelling. If you went through that much garbage to get to that result, AEW needs their promotion card taken away. Tony Khan needs to be worst booker of the year for the rest of life, and AEW should never come back into existence. If they put their company onto the fucking shit grinder for a supposed Punk return as a heel. Really, dude? It's not a storyline. And now you have people like Jim Ross who are going to put fuel to the fire. I think AEW needs CM Punk. Dax Harwood. I think there's a path for Punk to come back. And what? Break his other foot? He's as brittle as my 99-year-old neighbor, Ms. Jenkins. It takes her 4.5 days to get the mail. By the time she gets there on a Saturday, she has 2 weeks worth. Miss Jenkins can have a better wrestling match than Phil CM Punk Brooks. The guy's had 4 injuries in 1 year. 2 minor, 2 major. At the brawl out, he told you, I'm angered, I'm miserable, I'm broken, I'm hurt, I'm injured, I'm pissed. And then he called everybody out. And he comes back for what? To add more poison into your locker room? To inject more fucking poison? To be more of a toxic attraction than before? You think everybody's going to have a meeting and everybody's going to come out of that meeting all loving each other and hugging it out? Everybody's going to hug CM Punk. Punk's going to hug him. And everybody's going to do good business. This is beyond that. This is beyond repair. The fucking locker room was tainted. And continues to be. And the dude's not even there. And we don't even talk about it, do we? Most of the fucking schmucks in this community are trying to get a job with AEW. So they won't cover this accurately. All of this drama that's being created, right? Britt Baker just fucking doubled down on Thunder Rosa. Nobody wants to talk about any of this. Instead, we're going to act like it's not there or it's not important, and we're going to deflect all of our attention back to Vince McMahon and WWE. Vince is coming back. He's going to be at his own big show, WrestleMania. Can you believe this? Vince is going to be at his creation. You know what would be a bigger fucking story? If Vince McMahon was not at WrestleMania. That would shock somebody with common sense and logic like BC Amplified. That would shock somebody with logic like Ron C23, JR9 Gaming, D the Kid, D Carre, Santivia Major. That would be shocking. Ty Drew. James Shrimp Fajitas. That would be shocking to us. Not the fact that Vince is going to be at his creation. Vince is going to be at WrestleMania, and we're acting like that's a big story. We're creating actually something out of nothing, when something that is actually brewing in the other company's locker room, we're acting like that is nothing. I don't know why people like BC are flipping. I don't know why BC's making a big deal out of this. Okay, CM Punk didn't say anything. Mox didn't say anything. Mox said everything. Lawyers were involved before he could even talk about CM Punk. He called CM Punk, what's his dick? He said that he was wrestling without a contract against a guy who was not cleared. What the fuck is Tony Khan running over there? This is beyond a sloppy shop. He said he's never been in an environment with so much bullshit drama. Mox dropped one bomb after another, and there are fucking numbnuts that are trying to act like, no, he didn't. Look at everybody. Vince is back. Let's talk about Vince. I want to talk about Vince. I don't want to talk about AEW. Blah, 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 blah. Everything is awesome in AEW. Everything is cool when you're in AEW. I don't want to talk about AEW in a bad way. Earmuffs. WWE bad. AEW God. Jim Ross says CM Punk, AEW needs CM Punk. Needs CM Punk? How the fuck do you figure he needs CM Punk? You need water, right, to survive. You need to fix your car from time to time, or else on the highway you're going to lose all four wheels, blow out a transmission, and fly off a cliff. Right? You need to take care of your car. You need water. I don't think AEW needs CM Punk to survive. And there's this notion in the community, by the way, that AEW is better with CM Punk. AEW is only going to survive with CM Punk. Well, you come to the right place. You may not want to hear what I'm about to say, but you know me, I'm a numbers guy. Let's break this down. Let's honestly try anyway to use our thinking caps here, right? Logic and common sense. You guys ready for this? Punk's debut, it was on a Friday night, I believe, Rampage. 1.129, okay? 1.129 CM Punk. Now let's go, we won't go every month, so let's fast track it a little bit. 3 months after his debut, so he debuts at a 1.129. 3 months later, roughly, right? Let's go exactly 3 months. Maybe November 24th is what we'll say. 2021. 898,000 viewers. From 1.129, 898,000. 3 months later. Now let's go 3 months after that. December, January, February. Let's go February 2022. 9,000 to 1 million for the whole month. 900,000 to 1 million for the entire month of February. Now we go 3 months past that. March, April, May 2022. 840,000 to 929,000. I'll say that again. Okay? May 2022, 840K to 929K. Where the fuck did over 200,000 people go to? Oh no, they were at a 1-1 for his debut. So if you're at an 840, that's 9, 10, 11, that's over 300,000 viewers. And if you're at 930, then you're at 200,000 viewers that you lost. Okay, so now let's go even further, right? That's May 2020. Let's go to the biggest match in Dynamite history. Do you guys remember when they were bumping that up? Do you remember when they were bumping that up? The whole okay, yeah. Hold on. I got to get a bigger screen up here, man. Because I've got to make sure my numbers aren't confusing anybody, man. Now we're going to go to August. The biggest match ever in AEW history is what it's called. Hold on. Let me get the bigger screen up, man. And then I'm going to go over the ratings for CM Punk and who was that? CM Punk and Mox for the championship. There we go. Nice. All right, so you ready for this? Biggest match in Dynamite history. Punk versus Mox. Mox squashes Punk. That was that night. 1.049. 1.049 for the biggest match in Dynamite history. CM Punk in the biggest pay-per-view but televised match pulled a 1.049. He didn't even get back to his debut, which was just a 1-1-2. People are talking about, they're going to get a 1-4. Remember the first episode ever of Dynamite? They're going to get back to a 1-4. The biggest match in Dynamite history didn't even come close to 1-1. Do you want me to repeat all of that, right? Punk's debut, 1.129. 3 months later, middle of November, 898,000. 3 months later, February 22nd, 900,000 to 1 million. 3 months later, May of 2022, 840 to 929. August 24th, 2022, biggest match in Dynamite history, 1.049. They just went 0.49 over a million. Tony Khan's big announcement that was just about a reality show 2 months ago pulled a fucking 1-1 almost. Or over a fucking million, at least. Matching that shit. What do you mean AEW needs him? The ratings never showed that. Oh, so now you want to go to pay-per-view buys. You think BC didn't cover this? Come on, guys. You think I'm some schmuck in the community? No, this is B motherfucking C, the amplified man, baby. Let's talk the pay-per-view buys. AEW Revolution 2022, Punk versus MJF dog collar match, right? This was a stacked card, by the way. So it wasn't just resting on them. $165,000 to $173,000. Pretty decent. All right. Again, stacked card. Put all the chips on the table with a dog collar match. $165,000 to $173,000. Now we go to the next pay-per-view. Double or Nothing 2022. CM Punk Hangman Page main event. $145,000 to $155,000. Where the fuck did over 20,000 fans go to? That's Hangman and CM Punk is in the main event. How did it go down? Interest should be building if that's the main event guy. It went down to 145, 155. And if you're wondering, Forbidden Door was after that. Obviously, that doesn't affect CM Punk much, but that went to just under 125,000 buys. So business was not exactly booming, but you can't blame Punk on that. I mean, Forbidden Door was never going to pull $150. So my point, unit, is that if you crack the numbers, AEW doesn't need CM Punk. CM Punk is not worth the drama. All of the drama that Punk has caused backstage, literally crippling the locker room. To this day, it has never been the same. And drama still reeks that locker room. Thursday with that Insta post, Mox has to talk about it. All of this drama. To this day, all of the drama, all of the money that Tony Khan is paying CM Punk, all of that money, for what? For what? 950,000 viewers is his average. That's his average. Last week, they pulled 958. This week's show was absolute fucking shit fuck garbage. Surprised it even hit 838,000, whatever the fuck it hit. What did AEW Dynamite hit? AEW hit 833 this week. So what is Jim Ross talking about? What is the fans that think that AEW needs CM? Why don't you just cut the shit, Tony, and let's just call it what it is. For the fans out there that think that CM Punk is needed, why not? Why not just tell the truth? You're a big CM Punk fan and you want him back. But don't bullshit and say that he's needed back. Or that AEW is more special with him. Because the numbers don't say that. Fanboys will rush to it, right? Well, that's okay. We're all fans of people. So fanboys of Phillip Brooks will fucking chant to their fucking blue in the face, CM Punk! CM Punk! Hey, Timmy, did you see what Jim Ross said? Jim Ross said AEW needs CM Punk. He's coming back, man. He's coming back better than ever. Hey, Jerry, did you see what Dax said? Dax said on his podcast there's a route for Punk to actually come back. CM Punk return confirmed. The fuck are we doing? What are we doing here? Can we stop with the CM Punk shit? The guy is as average as you can come across in pro wrestling. He had one really good promo in Las Vegas with World Wrestling Entertainment. Then he had some decent ones after that everybody was like, ooh, ow, wow, he's dropping pipe bombs. This guy is so crazy with his pipe bombs. His wrestling was beyond average. He's broken down now. He lost his smile over 7-8 years ago when he got the fucking papers on his wedding day. And even before that, his smile was gone. And unlike Shawn Michaels, Punk was never able to get it back. And Dax is talking about he deserves to finish his story. We're taking the Cody Rhodes thing and now CM Punk deserves. After you burn every fucking bridge you come across, Punk deserves to finish his story in AEW after he burned the fucking bridge. That is like burning your fucking grandmother's house. And after the whole fucking house of your grandmother burns to the ground and your grandmother sees you with the matches and the fluid, you walk into the fucking house and the last thing of fucking mayonnaise and bread that's on the ground with all the debris around, you start making yourself a sandwich in your burnt down grandmother's house. You have the fucking balls to make a sandwich in a house you just fucking burnt down? Your own grandmother? Tony Khan bent over backwards for this numbnuts. He burned that son of a bitch to the ground. He continues to burn that son of a bitch to the ground. And he's laughing at everybody. Phillip Brooks is collecting cash. And he's actually got people like Dax and Jim Ross and probably a few other fucking snowflakes, if you know what I mean. He's got them fucking trying to get him to come back. And what the fuck does Brooks care? Break his other foot, he goes home for another 9 months and collects all his money. If you're Tony Khan, if you're running an actual business, you get the fuck out. You end it, literally, this would have been ended, if this was B motherfucking C, Punk is fucking gone. Capital G, capital O, capital N, capital E. Gone! Gonzo Patanzo! You're out! And Tony Khan is too much of a fucking jackass numbnuts mark. So he's gonna keep him around. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What do I do? I don't know what to do. Cody Rhodes was the only one to know what to do. You know what he did? He said, I'm fucking out of here. I'm fucking out of here. Cody Rhodes saw the writing on the wall. What the fucking AEW fans do? They fucking trash Cody Rhodes till this day. Fuck out of here with that shit. Keep that same energy. We have found out this week about the sloppiest shop in pro wrestling, and it's right in AEW the whole time. So keep that energy. But no, there'll be snowflakes, dumb fucks that want to get a job there, or they lie for a narrative with their audiences. So they're gonna deflect. They won't talk about it factually or fairly, what's happening in AEW, what Mox actually said, what Punk, break it down and really talk about how this is so bad for the company. No, they're going to deflect all of the energy and attention to WWE and Vince McMahon. With all the drama in AEW, they're going to say, Vince McMahon! It's Vince! He's going to be at WrestleMania! Again, that's his fucking company. You're damn right he's going to be at WrestleMania. Why the fuck wouldn't he be? There is no investigation anymore. He is the owner, by far, with the most shares. He was never not gonna be. Come on, man. This cannot be the only channel that uses logic and common sense and speaks fairly and factually. I shouldn't be. Unit. We're never going to hear the end of this CM Punk bullshit because you know what happened? I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. The legend of the name and the fucking aura that has been created of CM Punk has far surpassed the actual legend that is CM Punk. It's become this big thing where chanting CM Punk is a bigger reaction than Punk coming through the curtain. Thinking about CM Punk coming back is 87 billion times more better than a CM Punk match. That's what's starting to happen. It's become its own phenomenon. We saw it for 7 years after he left WWE. We're acting like this guy is Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're acting like he's Hulk Hogan back in the 80s. Even Randy Macho Man Savage, we're acting like he's fucking Ultimate Warrior. The guy doesn't have a speck of that type of larger-than-life personality. We're acting like this dude's The Undertaker. We're acting like this dude's the fucking Rock. Look in my eyes! What do you see? I call the personality. It's become a phenomenon. And then you see this dude come out, barely 220 pounds soaking wet, never seen a fucking gym in his life. Straggly dude, tattoos hanging off his fucking arm, another broken bone or a foot fucking hanging off him. They don't fucking care. It'll be the year 2052. CM Punk will be 79, 82 years old. He's fucking limping down the ring with one fucking leg. And the one good leg, his foot's about to fall off. By the time he gets in the fucking ring, he's got no legs. I got no legs. I have no legs. I have no legs. Tells the referee, what? I can't feel my left arm. Referee's like, that just fell off when you were getting through the ropes. What the fuck, man? I can't wrestle with one arm. No legs and no arm? Don't worry. They love you. They're chanting CM Punk anyway. They don't give a fuck what you have. Fucking head falls off. His fucking head is on the canvas, just looking all over. He can't move. His eyes are looking all, I don't know how to wrestle with just my eyes. Ring the bell. There's not going to be a match. He's only got a head. They won't care. They're still chanting CM Punk. They'll say it's the best match ever. Meltzer will give it 7 stars. Online community will say it's the best match ever. Did you see the CM Punk match? Oh my God, man. I don't care if he's 82 years old. He crushed it. Really? What happened in the match? Well, when he was getting in, he lost his arm. And right when the bell rang, his head fell off. And the way his eyes were looking, he was like, whoa, he was selling the story with his eyes. And the ref rang the bell because he had no legs and he didn't have a body. So the match was over. But it was just amazing the way he sold the story with his fucking eyes. In-ring psychology, the way he sold the story. They won't care. They won't give a fuck. If he has no legs, he has no legs. He has no legs, he has no legs. No legs, no legs. No legs, no legs, no legs, no legs. No legs, no legs. No legs, no legs. No legs. No legs. Who am I missing? Glorious! No legs! No legs! Anyway, the point is the phenomenon has gotten bigger, and now we're never going to hear the end of this motherfucker. It's never going to end. It's never going to end. This guy can burn every fucking bridge a second time. Right? Everybody could help fucking communally build each other's. But Vince McMahon and WWE is helping to fucking put the final nails into the bridge of AEW to build it, not tear it down. AEW is helping WWE. Everybody is helping each other. The community is coming to life like it's The Walking Dead, right? And they're trying to really come back together. And Punk will come back a second time on a fucking horse or some shit. Maybe he's got Angela's the sword from Drew McIntyre. And he's fucking throwing that shit in the air and he's burning shit. CM Punk riding around on a fucking horse, burning every bridge again. Yeehaw! Woo! And he'll burn it all down again. And we'll still yell, CM Punk! CM Punk! CM Punk! He could literally walk into AEW, burn the place down, and Jim Ross would be on his podcast the next day going, I think AEW needs CM Punk. I mean, once we get all the arson shit away, once we get all the legal arson, and once he does his prison time, I think AEW needs him. CM Punk could run every AEW wrestler over with a monster truck before the show one night, right? All the talent is showing up from the hotel, and here's CM Punk with a fucking monster truck, and he just starts mowing motherfuckers down. Who the fuck was that? Oh shit, that was Hangman. What the fuck was in his bag? Oh shit, was that the entire Elite? I got them with one tire. And the next day, Dax would be like, I think there's a path for Punk to come back. I gotta admit, I think there's a path for Punk to come back. And the fans will go, the fans will defend it, right? Because it's CM Punk. I don't see the problem. He ran over 99% of the locker room. Okay, Wardlow, who's never used on Dynamite anyway, luckily wasn't there. See, we found the positive of Wardlow not working Wednesdays. Wardlow is missing. So now we can start a new AEW with Wardlow as the centerpiece. You guys are always bitching and complaining. You always say you want Wardlow to have good booking. Well, now he's the only wrestler left. And you still complain? CM Punk runs over a locker room and everybody thinks it's a horrible thing. Everybody thinks it's the worst thing to happen to AEW. Relax. We'll get more wrestlers. Fuck, you believe BC, dude? Fucking CM Punk runs over everybody, the whole locker room, and BC's making a big deal out of it. Fuck that, man. We need CM Punk. Stop, bro. Anyway, guys, we have fun with it. It's a podcast. We're going to be entertaining. We're going to have fun, but I hope you understand what separates me from everybody else in this community is even though I'm entertaining or trying to for you guys, everything is factual, guys. Everything I'm saying is actually true. Everything I'm saying is sadly true. And it's sad that we're talking about Vince McMahon and him being at Mania, or he possibly could be backstage in gorilla position, he never really left anyway. And we're not talking about all the drama in AEW. Jer9, I appreciate that, man. My right hand man. Much love, Jer9. I just, that rant had to happen, guys. I don't feel that the AEW drama and everything that Punk said and everything that Mox said, which was a lot, and people tried to make it like it wasn't a lot, I don't think it got the right amount of coverage. I don't think it was covered fairly, and I think it got swept underneath the rug. I think a lot of people in this community are really just trying to suck up to Tony Khan so badly. Promoter of the year, promotion of the year, matches of the year, tag teams of the year, storylines of the year, best janitor of the year, best catering of the year, best housekeeper, best pancake provider. Everything is AEW, and clowns in this fucking community, that the content creators, journalists, reporters, they won't talk about it factually because Tony Khan might get pissed off. I wish people were more honest. Instead, we're talking about Vince McMahon being at WrestleMania. Oh no! Oh, what's gonna happen? The world is fucking crumbling. It's funny how it always goes back to Vince McMahon with these people. You can always tell an AEW defender, a fucking AEW dick ego rider, if everything they do deflects back to Vincent Kennedy McMahon. If they just bash Vincent left and right in WWE, when AEW has problems that need to be discussed, right? If it's just problems within WWE, yeah, we're going to bash Vince. We're going to rip WWE apart. We've done it for 6 years on this channel. But when AEW needs to be fucking leveled and Tony needs to know all of these wrongs have to be rectified, when the same people that bash WWE refuse to do that for AEW, you do not have transparency in the community. We have a shift. It's like anything. It's like politics in life, right? If in politics, if one thing is just censored, if you're not able to hear even half of the voices or anything because all of the bigwigs are pretty much controlling the narrative, then you're not really getting full transparency. Everybody's not getting the full truth because we're not having actual good discussion about it. I've done this long enough to now know who the fucking schmucks, the simpletons are, the dick riders. I've done it long enough to now know, man. I see the narratives that they play. I see the narratives. You ain't pulling one over on BC. Nah, ain't gonna happen, bro. At least on this channel, guys, I'm not trying to get a job with AEW or anybody. I'm plenty good. I have a lot of endeavors. This right here is still my fucking hobby. It just became a success. Ha ha! That's how fucking awesome at life BC is. My hobby became a success, but I'm fucking good. I'll never have to fucking simp to a company. I'll never have to ride a company. When people, and then they get fucking audiences somehow, right? They get fucking audiences somehow. That's brilliant. I really hope it's just because they're entertaining and the audience is not actually going to these people for actual knowledgeable conversation in pro wrestling. I really fucking hope so, bro. Amp Unit, thank you for listening to that entire hour-long rant. You guys are the fucking best. Much love and respect always. I'm going to go over some super chats now. There was a bunch of supers that came in, and then I got to get ready. I got some dinner plans, man. I forgot that it was tonight. I thought it was tomorrow night. So I had to leave the 8th inning at Yankee Stadium, man. I had to leave early. We ended up beating the San Francisco Giants 5-0. Garrett Cole gets his first W, shutout, 6 innings. And first at bat, Aaron Judge had his first at bat, fucking cracked a home run, bro. Aaron Judge already starting off badass. Unit, salute. You know it. Crazy country, red team, go! And my channel members, man, crank up those gold cards. It's time to put them in play. I want to go over and, where was that first super, man? Because it was one of the best supers I've ever seen. It was right as I was going live. I don't know is Muhammad still up in here? Muhammad Isa. Muhammad, I love that super chat. One of the best ever, man. Muhammad says, so glad that I found this channel. Otherwise, I would have been corrupted with the stupidity of the rest of the IWC. I fucking love that. I saw that when I was coming in to get set up. It was, I think it was on right before BC went live. Muhammad with that 550 coffee says, so glad I found this channel. Otherwise, I would have been corrupted with the stupidity of the IWC. Muhammad, it's sad that I'm one of the last of the Mohicans type, you know? I'm one of the last ones that really calls it down the middle. There was a few others that did when I started this channel, and you could see that it's all about narratives. I can't even tune in for a minute to even press the like to these individuals. I can't even do that anymore. It's nauseating. What has happened to some of these peeps, you know? The narratives that they spew, the dishonesty, swiping shit under the rug to fit the narrative. It's disgusting. And that's what sets BC apart. I'll never be like that. That I can assure you. Muhammad, I just love that super chat, man. I appreciate it. Much love and respect. Salute, Muhammad. JL with a 220 says, the GOAT, BC. Thoughts on Rhea wanting a Gunther match? Well, JL, you get a salute just for saying the GOAT, man. I don't know if I'm at that status yet. Give me another 5 years. But JL, I do appreciate you, man. JL is gold up in here as well. As far as thoughts on Rhea wanting a Gunther match, is that true? I didn't hear about that. Guys, is Rhea saying that she wants a Gunther match? JL just told me that. If that's true, that's batshit bonkers, man. I'm okay if you want Rhea taking on dudes in the future. Just do it correctly is all I ask. China did it, and even though China's in a whole nother league, like as much as we love Rhea, Rhea's not even in the league of China. But you could still pull that off if Rhea's booked correctly. I just don't want to see too many dudes looking like idiots. Sometimes that happens when they're taking on females, even if they're jacked up. But Gunther should not be. Gunther has no business being in there with Rhea, because as much as that would help Rhea, that would destroy credibility with Gunther. Gunther is going in there at WrestleMania, for instance, against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus to have one of the most physical matches at WrestleMania we've ever seen. There is no fucking way Gunther should be in there with Rhea Ripley in the future. Strict Tango, one of the best rants BC has ever done. It was almost an hour long. So, Strict Tango, you might want to watch this whole thing, bro. Good to see you up in here, dude. JL, much love and respect, man. Jon Cena. Jon Cena with a 9.99. Says, catching this getting ready for work, so I'm going to listen to this on the playback. Much love. If you get time, check out the super thanks I left talking about Charlie Flair. Just facts and a theory. Jon Cena, I will absolutely do that. I think I caught something like it. It was about Charlotte Flair and her mega push for the last 7+ years, 8 years, and how you did a little bit of research, and it's absolutely pathetic that she's in this position when she hasn't gotten the numbers to put her there. Something like that, right, Jon Cena? So let me reply to that right now. It's everything I've been saying. This is no disrespect or shade to Ashley Flair, but the booking of Charlie Flair is pathetic because if you look at her numbers, the metrics, the ratings, everything, merchandise, she doesn't qualify to be the lead female for 8 years, other than she's a tall blonde, big boobs, and her last name is Flair. She's got athleticism. She's a good wrestler, but that's where it ends. The fans have told her for 8 years that they don't really look at her in a top 5 spot. Forget 1, top 5. In fact, she's not even top 6 in merchandise, guys. She's never been. There's 2 females in the top 6 right now going into Mania as top merchandise sellers. Bianca Belair and Bayley. Bayley, who gets shit booking and is with a trio group. And she is in the top 6 with merchandising. Charlotte Flair is nowhere to be found. And here we are, possibly giving her another main event because her last name is fucking Flair. You can't tell me any other reason. You're not going to tell me she's more athletic than Naomi. No, she is not. We have never seen one athletic move from Charlotte that is more than an athletic move from Naomi. Her selling is one of the worst I've seen in pro sports. Professional wrestling, let me specify. It's right up there with Thunder Rosa's selling or Nia Jax. It's that bad. And you're telling me she might be another main event. because she might be. If you guys caught that podcast I put up just a few hours ago, we went over the WrestleMania cards, and something didn't look right. I talk about that in the podcast. Go check it out. John Cena, you are right on the money on that, bro. JR9 Gaming, the right-hand man on the channel. Before I read that, JR9, let me give you a salute. JR9 says NXT Battleground in Lowell, Massachusetts has been announced for May 28th. It'll be going head-to-head with a Double or Nothing. I'll definitely be watching NXT. Wow, are you serious? They're going to go head-to-head, huh? They're going to try to dent Double or Nothing. What I say Double or Nothing pulled last year, guys? Where's my notes? Hold on, let me check the notes. Double or Nothing for 2022 pulled in 145 to 155 is the estimate. 145,000 to 155. Now, one of them usually goes on in the day when they're going head-to-head. I'm guessing NXT will take the daytime. But if I'm NXT, let's just rock out. Let's go head-to-head. Let's see who's going to fight. Let's just bash. And if that happens, I will look for Double or Nothing to be less than 125. It'll be basically what Forbidden Door pulled last year, 125. That is huge news, JR9 Gaming. I appreciate that, dude. I did not know that. That must have just broke within the last couple of hours. I was at the Yankee game. JR9 with the fucking big news. A head-to-head battle on May 28th, and that's coming up in just a couple of months, guys. Ozzy Edwards, 10 spots. Simply put, BC, they hear what they want to hear. Ozzy, perfectly said, man. Salute. Ozzy is talking about the tribalistic fans that will bash the other company till there's nothing left to bash, and then pick up the scraps and continue to bash the scraps. But when something happens with their company, when their company's running a sloppy shop, crickets, you hear nothing. Ozzy Edwards, perfectly said, bro. Emmanuel Karaspati, 5-spot coffee. Emmanuel, what up, dude? Emmanuel's up in here. I'll be in Paris. Oh, hold on, Emmanuel. A 3-month membership, Dante Jaron 23. Keep speaking the truth. Dante Jaron 23 up in the chat. Dante, appreciate that membership so much, man. I just love seeing those gold cards. It's just the ultimate level of respect, man. And I just want you to know, Dante, it's right back to you, bro. 3 months of a membership. You rock, bro. Emmanuel, sorry, dude. I'll be in Paris this weekend for the Rum Fest. So I'll not see WrestleMania live this year. But I'll be with the unit with my thoughts. Much love to you all. Emmanuel, try to stop by on Saturday night. I want to be live. Night 1 of WrestleMania, Saturday night. BC hopes to be live for the good, the bad, and the ugly review. I'm going to have the board up. We're going to have that thing rocking. You guys are going to be participating. I'm probably going to have to ask you guys to help me out on some of the matches. On where to put it, good, bad, or ugly. Because a lot of this, it just looks, night 1, if you look at the card, because the matches have been announced, BC went over it in that podcast a few hours ago. Go check it out after this stream on the channel. But, man, there's some matches there where it's going to be difficult, man. If it just comes down to straight wrestling, the unit is going to have to help BC put it in one of those columns, good, bad, or ugly. But my point is, Emmanuel, I hope you're able to at least stop in, smash that up, say what's up to all of us, man. We'll give you a big swig. Emmanuel, appreciate you, man. Ryan Matina's up in this bitch. Gold status as well. $4.99, 5 spots. Says, what do you think about a heel Orton versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam? When I say heel Orton, I mean 2009 Orton. Which one was the Legend Killer Orton? Was that 2009? Ryan Matina, are you still in here, bro? Or anybody in the chat? Was Legend Killer, was that 2009 Orton? I'm on a delay, but whoever can answer me pretty quickly, that'd be great. 2005 was the Legend Killer. So which Randy Orton was 2009? Oh, JR9, 2009, the Triple H story where it went to Triple H went to his house, his fucking wife was there or whatever, his girl. Yeah. Yeah, that was good too. Yeah, I want that, but with the Legend Killer as well. Because that was just the best Orton, man. Legend, he was just going around punting fucking Legend's dome pieces off. And the look in his, it was great, man. Guys, that's what I've wanted the whole last year and a half, and he's fucking around with Matt Riddle because they like to smoke together after the shows. And I'm like, come on, bro. These are the last really good years of Orton because you see his body breaking down. In fact, it ended up breaking down while in the tag team. But BC saw that coming. So I said, these are the last good years with Orton. Let's get one last really good run. And instead, he's dancing around playing 420 jokes with Matthew fucking no shoes, no socks Riddle. Riddle's cutting promos about his tootsies. One day I stopped wearing shoes because my feetsies were being just defiant. They didn't want to wear shoes. So my feetsies told me. He cut a promo about his fucking feet for 10 minutes on a Monday Night Raw. And they got Randy Orton with this fucking guy. And they're calling themselves RK Bro. I'm like, what happened to Randy Orton? What the fuck happened to the Legend Killer? The fuck? When he comes back... Hey, who was that? Ryan Matina? Who the fuck? Hold on. Ryan Matina says, what do you think about a heel Orton versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam? I'm down with it, bro. The problem I have is a lot of people are saying, what if this scenario happens at WrestleMania? What if Randy Orton interferes at the end of the championship main event and costs Cody the match? Roman gets to keep his title, gets 1,000 days as champion. Cody has his next big feud. The guy who cost him his dream, his fucking destiny. It was a necessity to get that title. And Randy Orton, and of course they have history when they were back in Legacy, the group Legacy with Ted DiBiase Jr., Randy Orton was the leader, and Cody Rhodes. I'm down with it, but I don't want him costing him the title. I just don't see how Cody Rhodes walks out of Mania without the title. So my point is, Ryan Matina, I'm down with it being one of his next feuds, big ones, even SummerSlam. But it cannot be costing Cody the match, or the title, I should say. So it's a double answer there, Ryan. And Ryan Matina with another 5 spot, by the way, says, remember, can't have an LA WrestleMania without LA Knight. Yeah. Ryan, we're going to be looking out for it, man. Nick Khan was on First Take ESPN earlier with Stephen A. Smith. Nick Khan was asked, what can I expect? Stephen A. said, I'm going to be there live. What can we expect from WrestleMania? And Khan said, expect a lot of surprises. He said, we had a lot of surprises at the Rumble. He says, we're going to have a lot of surprises for WrestleMania. LA Knight is going to have somebody come down. I hope it, and I love Bray Wyatt. That's my boy. But I hope it's not just Bray Wyatt rekindling this Royal Rumble shit. That ended with the fucking Mountain Dew shit. And I hope it's not just Bobby Lashley coming down and destroying LA Knight. That's not a surprise. Nobody's going to give a fuck about Bob Lashley beating up LA Knight. Yeah. It's got to be something big like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Something big, man, has to happen with LA Knight. Yeah. Ryan, much love and appreciation, man, as always. Savage, 1024, the Punisher with a 10 spot and a 5 spot, just throwing a bunch of coffees at the channel. Savage says the Elite instigated the whole drama from fake rumors about Punk getting Colt fired and turning the roster against him. If you know Punk, he has receipts. He's just blunt. Oh, no, Savage, you're letting CM Punk totally off the hook. That's not going to be allowed on this channel. No. It was both of them. It was not just the Elite. They were already butting heads because Punk wanted to go into business for himself. He said that at the Scrum. He accidentally said, I'm trying to run a business here. And basically, I got dumb fucks that couldn't manage a target, preventing that. I'm trying to run a business. The Bucks are the EVPs. You may not like that. They're your fucking boss. And I knew that was going to be a problem, by the way. I think Cody knew that was a problem. That's why he didn't want that EVP shit anymore. And EVP has been a detriment to Cody, to Kenny, and to the Bucks. But Punk had his own mission. And the Bucks and a bunch of others, they did not like Punk. They were on their own AEW mission. And they butted heads. But to say that this was just the Young Bucks and the Elite and CM Punk is innocent, he's a victim, and the locker room treated him, they bullied him, bullshit, bro. I'm not buying that. He can keep all the receipts he wants, because the elite in that whole locker room, they have CM Punk receipts of him being a douche, burning bridges, being an absolute jerk. And none of it qualifies to bring CM Punk back. He's not worth the ratings. The ratings don't show that he's any good. He's not worth the money that Tony has given him. It's done. Takes two to tango. There's no way that CM Punk was innocent in all this. You don't cause this much fucking drama and you're not the common denominator. Savage also says, BC, you love Walt Clyde. He's all up Vince McMahon's you-know-what. Yeah, I don't know who that is, Savage. Much love and appreciation. Carlos Ray, 20 spot. Carlos, haven't seen you up here in a minute, man. Obviously, Carlos is just living that life. Can't get into the chat. Still showing the love, brother. Salute. Carlo, what the fuck, Carlo? Carlos is locked out too? Same time as Renee G? What is going on, man? JR9 never gets locked out. What are you doing, Carlos? Stop pressing buttons. Carlos, much love and respect. I appreciate the coffees, man. Carlos, stop pressing buttons. This happened before, I remember too, man. Carlos is over there pressing buttons. JR9's never been fucking booed. I got a lot of tried and trues that have never had this issue. I don't know what you guys are doing, unsubbing from BC. For a while there, the tube was just unsubbing people by accident. That sucks if that's happening, but that sucks, Carlos, man. Just bad, that's bad mojo on the live streams or so on the channel, man. Because that's twice, if I remember correctly. I think Renee was just once. That sucks, Carlos, because there is a 4-week initiation period, man. When you become a unit member, you still have to earn your stripes on this channel. You still have to wait 4 full weeks, an entire month, just to be able to chat with my unit. And that's a strict rule that I applied when I started streaming, started this whole process. I really wanted this to be very special. You know, this is not just some Joe Schmo Schmuck fucking channel where everybody just spreads a bunch of fucking graffiti up. No, hell no. Instant Das Boot. This is one of those channels where we gotta talk common sense, logic, we drop facts, truth. This is only for badass individuals. This is not for the cookie cutter Carls, the bitch boy Bradens. This is a real badass channel. So Carlos, man, that sucks to hear, man. One of my tried and trues. Well, Carlos, Lee, I still see you on the membership, man. I distinctly recall giving you a big shout out on the last time I did a roll call. So much love and respect, Carlos. Hopefully it's not too long before you're back in. Ron C23 499 says, "What up, BC? What up, Ron C23? To the moon. They got to change my girl Charlotte's character after this match at Mania. Something has to give for the women's division to survive." And Ron C23 is a Charlotte fan, by the way. So Ron C, I much appreciate that super chat. Not just for throwing BC a coffee, but that's good timing to show everybody that we're not just trying to rip Charlotte Flair or throw shade at Ashley Flair. We just want better. We want fucking better for Charlotte. We want better for the women's division. We want better for WWE, for the fucking community. Yeah, Ron C23, I definitely appreciate that, man. That's coming from a fan who knows that something has to give. Shit needs to change with Charlie. Ron C23, I just hope she's not the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. She should not be there. I don't give a fuck if she's won the Royal Rumble. Or Rhea Ripley won the Rumble. I don't give a fuck. You're not telling me that is more of a main event than Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos for a tag title in a tag title match where the tag team champions have been champions for 9 million days, basically. Slight exaggeration. The titles are finally prestigious. The storyline is the best in all of wrestling. Bloodline and Sami Zayn. And now you got Owens added into it. And the match is going to be one of the best matches of the weekend. And somehow Rhea and Charlie is going to leapfrog it and become the main event. A match we saw 3 years ago on the same stage. And 3 years ago, it was better. Charlotte went to NXT, the Performance Center, and jumped Rhea Ripley in the parking lot. We didn't get any type of storytelling with these two this time. So now we're just seeing a rematch, downgraded 87%. No, thank you. That is not a main event. And it's a good thing that is night 1, isn't it? Wait a second. BC's going to have to cover that live, aren't I? Oh, brother. Oh, shit. I just realized we're going to do the live Good, the Bad, and the Ugly WrestleMania Night 1. BC's going to be live doing that review. Guys, that could be an automatic ugly just for the booking of it. And by the end of that match, it could get another ugly. Oh, fuck. I didn't want to have to do that, man. Fuck. If they put that in the main event, I don't know how I'm not giving that 2-3 fucking uglies. I have to really kind of restrain myself and not do anything obnoxious. I want to be fair to everybody else on the card. I want to be fair to everybody else who's putting on a performance that night. I don't want to just give that 5 fucking uglies because it's a horrible decision. But I don't know, guys. I might have to Big Nang, Ron C. I might have to just give it 2 up. I don't know. I just thought about that. We're going to have to cover the Charlotte match live. Well, it is what it is. Ron C23, I appreciate you, man. Let me see. Let me make sure I got everybody here, man. I got Muhammad. I got JL, Chon Cena, JR9 Gaming, Carlos Ray. I got Ozzy Edwards, Emmanuel Cataspati, Ryan Matina, Savage 1024, The Punisher. I got Ron C23, Batty Banks, 999, 10 spot. Batty, what up? Gold status up in this bitch. Batty Banks says, I don't know why people are trying to act so oblivious to all of this. Batty Banks, it's what they do. They're protecting AEW because I honestly think a lot of them want to get employment in AEW, A. And B, they just don't want to upset the herd, right? They don't want to affect views or subscribers, or I don't know why. But every time something happens in AEW, they swipe it underneath the rug, they don't want to hear about it, and they go back to Vince McMahon. Let's talk about Vince McMahon being the most evil man in the world. Let's talk about Vince being backstage. Let's talk about Vince showing up to WrestleMania. You know, the owner of the company showing up to his biggest show of the year. There's no investigation. There's no reason why he wouldn't be there. But let's try to act like that's a bigger story than Punk calling AEW a sloppy shop. Then Tony Khan having a main event of a guy who's not cleared versus a guy who doesn't even have a contract. And that's the main event that Tony Khan was about to put out there. Did put out there. The sloppiest shop ever. But we're going to forget that. We're going to act like Mox didn't say anything about Punk. We're going to say that Mox never responded to Punk, so Punk must be right. Or it's a storyline because Mox didn't respond about what Punk said. But that's bullshit. He literally responded. He said, I don't know what's his dick is talking about, he called him. But I bent over backwards to put him over on a pay-per-view. So he literally denied that and responded to. I don't understand why people would turn about. Batty Banks, I don't have an idea, bro. Batty Banks. Gal, I don't have an idea. But it's the simplest thing, right? If you're going to try to protect AEW and act like there's no problems and AEW is just nothing but awesome from top to bottom, there's no drama, there's no nothing, we don't want to hear it, even when their own wrestlers are creating it and telling you there is. Mox said he's never been in a place with more bullshit drama. It's like a junior high school. And they don't want to hear it. These people will just say the name Vince McMahon and it'll magically go away. Magically go. The sloppiest shop in the world. You'll hear the worst news ever in AEW. But as long as we say Vince McMahon, that's all we need to hear. And then we're back on WWE and we're ripping Vince McMahon and WWE for some nonsense. Vince McMahon is the magic word. Whenever there's drama in AEW, watch what a lot of these reporters, journalists, podcasters, content creators, watch what they'll do. They'll mention Vince McMahon. Like his story is bigger than what's happening in AEW right now. Batty Banks, thank you for using logic and common sense in this community. I appreciate that. Harshvadan Ingali, Harshvadan, checking in after a long time. Hope you are well. You too, Harshvadan. It's good to see you up in here. It's always good to see tried and trues from yesterday, if you will, a while back. Stop in and say what's up to BC. I know life can catch up to you. Work, maybe kids, maybe several pets. You know, and after a while, you're like, oh shit, I haven't seen BC in weeks, maybe months. I got to stop in, say what's up, smash that up. Which, by the way, thank you to the 200 plus for smashing that up. You guys rock. Harshvadan, so good to see you up in here. Ash Steggles, 199. No legs, no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs. No legs, no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs. And you could do the Seth Rollins version too, Ash Steggles. What's Rollins's? Okay, so you'd have to go no legs, no legs. Ash Steggles. Good seeing you up in here. Too funny. Ash Steggles is always rocking with the unit. Always popping BC on that, man. Ash Steggles, salute, dude. JL with a 220 says, when Braun retains, do you see him vacating the belt? Let me go to JR9. When Braun retains, do you see him vacating the belt? JL is asking the community. JL, I hope you don't mind if I go to my residential NXT superior JR9 Gaming. Are you guys still laughing at the fucking no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs, no legs? You guys are the best. JR9, Mello is winning on Saturday, so there is going to be no vacate. I think that's the only way to go. Is Mello just gets it clean. So I'm gonna go with JR on that. I say JL, no vacating. I think it's gonna be straight up. Mello takes it. JL. Salute. Stratango, 2-spot. Brock versus Cross would have been great at WrestleMania 39. With a storyline, come on, bro. I'll take that in a heartbeat. And if you want to make Cross a legit master beast at WrestleMania and shock the world, if you do it correctly, I'd even be okay with Karrion Kross defeating Brock Lesnar. I said it. No shame, guys, and I'm a Brock fan. If you do it correctly and you had the right story and you made Cross a legit, believable mega beast, at Mania, he could shock the world and defeat Brock Lesnar. But Omos has not been booked to be such. He's been a fucking clown. I've seen Omos fruit roll up. He's not going to beat fucking Brock believably. I don't care if he's a monster or not. Anyway, Stratango, I fully would have loved that. Spicy Mama McCaleb, $2.99 with that emoji. I see that. No words needed. Spicy Mama, it is so good to see you up here, and I appreciate the membership tenfold. Salute to Spicy Mama, the newest Gold Team member. Spicy Mama has gotten her gold card in today's stream, man. Salute to that. Love seeing it. I'm like a proud papa when somebody gets their gold card. Even if you're fucking old, even if you're 40 years old, I'm still like a proud papa because you got your gold card. Spicy Mama. JR9 Gaming. Fiespot says, thank you for this epic stream. NXT are saying Battleground will be an evening event. Plus, I can't wait to see Alba win the tag gold on Saturday. My girl Roxy's up in that bitch too. So we're both going to be, hopefully it'll be a good day for both, JR9. Because Roxy being in that match just made that 100% better for BC. As far as Battleground being an evening event, then they're going to go head to head because I don't see how Tony Khan can put Double or Nothing in the daytime. You can't do that. Double or Nothing is like their biggest event of the year. So you might have a head-to-head fucking battle on our hands. I bet you then you're going to see NXT talent showing up on Raw, which should have been with Grayson Waller in this whole Johnny Gargano situation. We should have been seeing Waller the last 2 weeks. JR9, I appreciate that info, man. I gotta dig into that big time. I must have been at the stadium, Yankee Stadium tonight while that news broke, because this is all news to me. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, Todd Drew, he got fruit roll-up, man. You got to do your due diligence. You got to recall that shit. How do you not recall a monster getting fruit roll-upped? Come on, man. Ty, you're a gold member. You got to recall that shit. So you got to look at house show. You got to look at it all, bro. You can't just go like watch it. Well, you can. That's why you watch BC. BC does his research for you. I look at everything, man, from house shows, TV, pay-per-view. I go back 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 50 years ago. That's what makes BC the best in the community. I don't forget that shit, bro. JR9, and as far as thank you for this epic stream, JR9, it Bro, it's not what it is without people like you, Jaron, at the top of the list. So appreciate you, bro. And that news, I can't wait to dig into that. That is going to be a massive story. Could you imagine if Double or Nothing from AEW goes head-to-head with NXT's Battleground? That's fucking massive. PB Silly Pride's up in here. You know what scares me more than these all-elite wrestling sheep? They probably vote. Oh no, PB Silly Pride. Probably some truth to that. I don't want to pit fan versus fan though, and I don't want you guys to think that that's what this is, because we wreck WWE. When WWE is a sloppy shop or there's just bullshit happening, like releasing wrestlers, and then hours later you announce that you pulled record revenue. That's bullshit on Vincent Kennedy, and he needs to be called out, and we did. And we called him out many fucking times over that one subject. We were relentless. But you have to keep the same energy with every company. And in this case, AEW is the closest to competition. And right now, we're hearing a lot of things that makes them a sloppy motherfucking shop. And so many people are just turning a blind eye and going, well, let's talk about Vince again. No, you gotta call it the same way, man. You gotta be fair. So I'll never pit fan versus fan because I want everybody to succeed. But we have to call out the bullshit. You can never just call it out in one company. But PB Silly Pride, too funny, man. Probably is truth to that. DJ Bazook, $9.99 and a $1.99. No words needed. Just showing that love and respect. Respect right back to you, DJ Bazook. I just like saying that, too. Salute. Jack Brewer. 5-spot 25 years ago, Jericho said his 1,004 holds was 19 years old. Old time. Wait, 25 years ago, Jericho said his 1,004 holds. That was 19. Oh, you were 19 years old. Time fly. Oh, I got you. 25 years ago is when he came out with that list? Not the list. You just made the list. Not that list, guys. Jericho was on Nitro one night. And he was talking, I think, about Malenko, because Malenko was known as a man of 1,000 holds. And he said he was a man of 1,004 or some shit. And he had a whole stack of papers. They went to commercial. He still was fucking reciting shit. He went through every fucking move. It was one of the most hilarious things you'll ever see. It's right up there with Steiner Math promo. You ever see the Steiner Math promo that Scott Steiner did? I think it was in TNA Impact. I think he was taking on Samoa Joe or some shit. But it's right up there with that, bro. Y2J was just hilarious with that shit. Amazing to see how a fast time flies, Jack Brewer. I can't believe we're 2 nights away from WrestleMania. But we are 2 nights away from WrestleMania somehow. Let me see where I left off. Jay, $1.99. I love the Eddie in China dynamic back then. Oh, Eddie and China, Jay, was amazing. They were just, sometimes 2 people come together and it's chemistry. It's fucking just chemistry. Eddie Guerrero, the whole Latino heat. I mean, that was the original mommy. China was the original mamacita, is what she was called. Absolutely legendary. Eddie Guerrero and that really, guys, that's what brought Eddie Guerrero was already huge to the wrestling world and meant so much to us. That was the final nail to show all the casual fans why Eddie Guerrero is so special. Like that got so, you guys don't even know how many casual fans really got into that. So fucking awesome. Where do we leave off, man? Where are we? PB Silly Pride, another 5 spot. When you cause chaos and unrest in not 1, not 2, but 3 different locker rooms, then maybe, just maybe, CM Punk might be the problem. I say that all the time, PB Silly Pride. If you cause utter chaos everywhere you go, you are probably the asshole. You're the common denominator. If you walk past a bridge every day, and when you walk by that bridge, it burns to the ground. And then you walk by another bridge and it burns to the ground. And another bridge. And then maybe you're the one burning them. I said this in a podcast recently. It was such a great quote. It goes, I might butcher this a little, but it says, if you come across an asshole in the morning, you came across an asshole in the morning. If you come across assholes the entire day, you are the asshole. And I love that. And that fits Phil Brooks perfectly. And that's not shade. We all have some asshole in us. BC is a big asshole to strangers, for instance, right? If you're a stranger, I can be a total dick to strangers. Absolutely. I'm an asshole to the next level. But I'm not in a fucking company where we all do have to get along and collaborate and not be a fucking, just such an ass to everybody to make everybody's time miserable. And that's what we hear so many stories about Phillip Brooks. PB Silly Pride couldn't have said it better, man. Although I am trying. Salute to PB Silly Pride. Perfectly fucking said. Legend of Fold 101 with a 2 spot and a 5. Legend of Fold says, search Liv Morgan Lollipop. You're welcome. If I ever have the time, that sounds like something I'm going to have to watch where I'm at, right? Legend of Fold 101. Legend of Fold 101 also says, stay blessed, and yes, one more time, my wife Asuka needs to win at Mania. Truth bombs. I agree, Legend. This is Kana Asuka's time. I love Bianca Belair. There is no fucking way, that Kana Asuka can walk into Mania and not walk out with the title. Otherwise, what the fuck was all this for? The new personality, the big push, and then she's right back to what? What? Taking on Carmella every fucking Monday Night Raw? Maybe Chelsea Green? Maybe Piper fucking Niven? Which one is it? Reese Money! Gold status to Reese. I don't always get to see Reese up in here. 5 Spot Coffee says, I'm glad that Hangman is being separated from Dark Order because they were dragging him down. It was going nowhere fast. It was played out. It was almost becoming like as stale as the New Day. And I understand they're not together as much as the New Day were, especially for as many years, but it was not working. And Hangman, it's been so hot and cold with his booking as well. You know, you see that there's something there and the fans want to fully get invested, and then Tony Khan will cool him off. He'll fucking start the pot of boiling water, and then he'll fucking take it off the stove and put cold water on it. What the fuck are you putting cold water on the boiling water? You didn't even cook anything yet. Reese, could not agree more. Where'd I leave off? Savage 1024, the Punisher 5 Spot says, you can't believe that the 3 jobbers are innocent. The Elite are the problem with the company. Punk was unprofessional and the Elite. Okay, Savage, there you go. I'll take it. That's what I'm saying, Savage. Everybody's at fault. But my problem is Savage 1024, the Punisher. When people just say, oh, everybody's blaming Punk, why are we not blaming the Elite? It's not that simple. Nobody is letting the Elite off the hook. They played a master part in this problem. Why Punk gets a lot of the blame is because this isn't the first, second, or 10th time this has happened. It's happened in other companies. It's happened when he's not even in the spotlight and he'll fucking make these wise cracks that create drama. He has burnt bridges. I don't understand what people are not getting. CM Punk does this all the time. Nobody's letting anybody off the hook. Punk does it every fucking time, everywhere he goes. That's why he is going to get the blunt of it. That's like saying CM Punk walks across a bridge every day. And every day that he walks across a bridge, that bridge burns to the ground. And Phil Brooks doesn't even decide to hide the evidence. He's got a match in his right hand. He's got the fucking the gas in his left hand. And he walks by another bridge, and he burns another, and he burns about 10 bridges in 10 days. And then all of a sudden, the Elite and Omega walk by. And they burn a bridge with Phil Brooks. All of them burn a bridge together. Okay, Phil Brooks has burned 10 bridges. Elite has burned 1. Of course, Punk is going to get the blunt of the wrath. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. That makes sense, right? Because there's a lot of people that are not understanding. They're like, it's the Elite's fault. No, they're not innocent, no doubt. Nobody's letting the Elite off the hook. They played a big problem in all this. They were. But fuck, guys. I need you to use common sense and logic. This is not like other channels. Here, we got to call it like it is. We have to say facts here, guys. We have to. I will only allow facts. CM Punk does this all the time. I'm not a big Young Bucks fan. I'm not. But I don't have a huge track record of the Bucks doing this type of shit. I do with CM Punk. More people speak highly of the Bucks, and a lot more people speak negatively about Punk, and there's reasons for both. I hope that clears that up, guys. There is a lot of people that think that, we're just picking sides and Punk gets a lot of the heat. No, it's because he does this all the time everywhere he goes. This isn't the first fucking time. That's the problem. If this was just the first time, then everybody would be blamed equally. This is a pattern, guys. This is a trend for Phillip Brooks. So Savage, at least you understand. At least you're putting some fucking blame back where it belongs. Phillip Brooks. I respect that. Thank you. DC Lanier, $4.99. I can't wait for Saturday. I'm excited to see Trish wrestle and possibly a heel turn. That's the word around the campfire. We'll see who she turns on, man. Imagine if her and Lita, but Lita, they're tag title holders. Then Becky would be by herself. That would be a way to get out of the titles and not lose for Becky Lynch. If Lita joined Trish somehow. I don't know how Trish does that. And then I don't want to see Trish just part of Damage Control. I don't think that's one of the 2 members that Bayley was talking about. That'd be weird. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, DC Lanier, especially Saturday because I get to do that live with you guys, hopefully anyway. DC Lanier, much love and respect as always. Legend of Fold 101, 5 spot, almost forgot. GG Dolan in that black and white number on NXT was jaw-dropping emoji. 3 of those emojis. So Legend of Fold 101. Legend of Fold, who you going with here, bro? Liv Morgan? And then you want me to check out GG Dolan's outfit from... who you going with, Legend? And then you said Asuka's the wifey, so if you can only choose one, Legend, is it GG Dolan? Is it Asuka or is it Liv Morgan, Legend? You can only pick one, bro. Because now we're just going through the whole roster. Legend, I appreciate it, dude. I think I got all my supers, guys. Legend of Fold, Reese, Monet, DC Lanier, Savage, 1024, The Punisher, PB, Silly Pride, Jack Brewer, DJ Pazook, Spicy Mama, JR9 Gaming, Strict Tango, JL, Ash Steggles, Harshfadon, Patty Banks, Ron C23, Ryan Matina, Carlos Ray, locked out, but hopefully not for long. I hope you could be there Saturday night, bro. Or at least listen in, even if you can't comment. We'll do a master swig for Carlos Ray. Emmanuel, Kataspati, Ozzy Edwards, Chon Cena, Muhammad got us kicking off, man. I appreciate all you guys, man. All the coffees that were thrown at the channel. Never needed, always appreciated. You guys are honestly the best. Chat, thank you so much for joining me, man. I know this was earlier than usual. I had to leave the Yankees game early in the 8th inning because I remembered I had dinner plans with a lot of good friends. I thought it was tomorrow. It wasn't. I gave you guys 21 minutes of notice at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And we still had hundreds up in here rocking out. I know thousands of you guys are going to catch us over the next 24 hours. Do me a favor. Future AMP unit members, The ones that were not able to catch us live, make sure you're smashing that up. Even though you're watching in the future, you still have to do your due diligence, especially if you're a gold card member. That is a prerequisite. You guys are on another level. You guys are held responsible at a much more top tier. So if you're a gold card member, there is no BS. You gotta smash the fucking up. It's a prerequisite. As we get out of here, bro, Deontay Thomas with that 2 spot. Deontay, salute. Do you see the Usos losing the titles? Yes. Yes, the Usos are going to drop the titles at WrestleMania Night 1. I have no problem with that. Sami and Owens, it's going to be a masterful moment. It's going to be a mega match. I think that and Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins will be the match of the night. And we'll see how it all unfolds, Deontay. But I do expect it. I am okay with it. My only thing is I hope it's in the main event. If this happens, if the Usos drop that title and it's the middle of the show, and it's all for Charlie Flair because Rhea won the Rumble, that's a botch. That's an absolute botch. The titles have been held by the Usos for... Does anybody know how many days, guys? Guys, how many days has the Usos held the titles? And you're telling me that Charlotte Flair gets the main event because Rhea won the Rumble. Stop with that shit. Stop it. I agree. James Shrimp Fajitas. It has to be the main event. It might be 1,000 or 10,000 fucking uglies, to be honest. 619 days. What? 2 fucking years. What is 2 years? it's like 730 days is 2 years, right? 365, 660, 720, 730. Okay, so 730. So they're a buck in 2 days will be 621. They'll be about $1.09 away from 2 full years. Damn! And you're telling me they're going to drop the titles in the middle of the fucking show? No. So Deontay Thomas, that's my fucking, that's my answer on that. Fuck no, dude. Absolutely not. If it's in the main event, absolutely. It's going to be just a massive moment to end the show. And guys, real quick, I got to pull you. I know we're about out of here, man. I have to do a quick poll if you don't mind. I'm going to ask you guys a question in the chat real quick. I really appreciate it if you guys answer this. Does The Rock show up? Does The Rock show up at WrestleMania 39? That question is going to be in your chat within the next 10 seconds. Just go ahead and press yes or no if you think The Rock shows up. I just want to ask because Vegas, this is a big news story. I forgot to mention this earlier, guys. Vegas has issued the biggest surprises that they're betting on. The Rock is currently at a 67%. 67%. He is the lead bet, I guess you could say, of what the biggest surprise is going to be for Mania. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson is at 67%, negative 200, I believe. Randy Orton, I believe, is number 2 at 60%. So we have 62 votes. 73% say yes, 27% say no. So yeah, guys, I'm just telling you what Vegas is saying, and usually Vegas has some insider info. They're not always correct, obviously, but they don't just bet on a whim. 67% says that Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, shows up at Mania. That's 7% more than the next in line, which is Orton. Of course, I broke that news before anybody else, that Orton was even flying in to WrestleMania. We shall see, man. Jane Donnelly, before we take off with that 5 spot, man, $4.99, that emoji. Much love and respect, Jane Donnelly. We're about to take off. I'm so glad I caught you before you took off, man. Jane Donnelly, I got to give you a salute. Right back at you, dude. And hold on. Also, Fleck Guapo, 5-spot coffee. Fleck, before I read that, let me give you a salute. Hoping Sami Zayn and KO versus Usos main events night 1 of WrestleMania. Fleck Guapo, it's not even a hope. I think I can speak for you and many of us. That needs to happen. And that's just what we were just talking about. That needs to be the main event. Let's not bullshit. And I'm going to be live for that shit. I'm going to be live with my amplified unit. So I won't hesitate to give that 2 fucking uglies. I don't want to do that, and I'm hoping I stop myself from doing that on Saturday night. But I'll fucking do that if you're going to put that in the main event, bro. That is a botch. Fleck Guapo, no question. Fully agree. Let me end that poll question, guys, at 70 plus votes. 73% say yes, 27% say no. I'm telling you what Vegas is saying, guys. Vegas is like, it's going to be The Rock. And if it is The Rock, is it in the main event? Does he cost Roman the championship? Cody hoists it up? Or does Cody win clean, gets a beatdown maybe, and then The Rock comes out? The problem with that is Cody's moment is already destroyed. He wins the title, and then it's all about The Rock and Roman afterwards. I kind of want them to set that up and Cody still have a moment. Like Roman cost him and maybe he's already on his way back. And Cody still gets to have that moment and Roman is finally realizing Paul Heyman is telling him what happened. Or your fucking cousin. Your cousin just cost you your whole world. I don't know, man. There's ways to do it. I don't know how They ain't paying me to do it. Otherwise, I'd come up with something fucking incredible. Legend of Fold 101 says Asuka with that 2 spot. So we said, was it Liv Morgan? Is it Asuka? Or is it Gigi Dolan? Legend of Fold said Asuka hands down. That's the wifey over there. Legend of Fold, I got you, man. This better be her night at WrestleMania. Night 2. One last time, guys, if you haven't heard the news, AEW Dynamite got 833,000 viewers this week. They lost 120,000+ viewers. And there's no reason for it other than it's just a bad show, a lot of locker room drama. Nobody gave a fuck about AEW Dynamite this week. But we're not supposed to say that. Earmuffs, let's just talk about Vince McMahon and how bad and evil WWE is and how sloppy their shop is. Because we don't want to talk about our own shop. Amp unit, the fucking best. Salute. Unit, the rest of this community, these are fucking twos. You know what we are, though? Do you know what the fuck we are in this unit? Do you know what we are in this community? When all of them are fucking twos, and I'm talking distant twos and beyond. We the fucking ones. So if we are the ones, put the fucking ones in the air. Why is the chat not filled with ones? We the fucking ones. You ain't gotta look anywhere else. It's us. We the ones. And you know who else is the ones? My New York fucking Yankees. Number 1, man. We beat the fucking Giants earlier, 5-0. BC was there for almost 8 full innings. There it is. That's what I like to see. Deontay Thomas, James Miller, KC, Canada. Johnny Thunder Das Boots. I don't know. That's not a 1, but it's a boot. Eric Leno, Sir Charles, Pile Driver Finisher, JR9 Gaming, Tony Partita. I know I got Deontay Thomas, James Shrimp Fajitas, Melvin, Nelly Nell, Ron C23, Pile Driver Finisher, Jack Brewer. Get him up. Get amplified. Jack Brewer's got the fucking biceps and the triceps going blasting. Mr. Block Ice 22. Where the fuck you been, Mr. Block Ice 22? What's up, brother? Reese Money. Strictango. Salute, guys. You're the best, man. All right, I gotta get ready. I gotta go to this fucking dinner function and then fucking go do a lot of work over in Brooklyn. It's a long fucking night. BC, top guy, I'm out. Amp Unit, we'll do this again tomorrow. A huge amped up podcast tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed and notified. A big one, over an hour long, easily the day before WrestleMania and the night of the Hall of Fame and the final show before Mania SmackDown. It's going to be a massive amped up podcast. It's going to be hitting you tomorrow. Salute, Amp Unit. Till next time, BC, I'm out. Baseball. Catcher, ready? Baseball, guys. This is going to hurt more than the football. Somebody better catch this shit, all right? Here it comes.